Sue Aikens first rose to her tremendous degree of fame after she starred at the National Geographic survival reality show Life Below Zero. So I had an extraordinary quantity of surgical procedures, and work achieved tens of millions of human beings around the world tuned in every week to see what she had in shop for them years after her sudden trend. People are starting to wonder what virtually took place to Sue Aikens. From Life Before Zero, join us as we discover the possibilities for the answer. Life Below Zero, the very famous documentary collection Life Below Zero on the National Geographic Channel, follows a set of 7 people as they fight to survive the harmful and remoted life they've installed for themselves inside the Alaskan woods, each above and beneath the Arctic Circle, even as some of them choose to do it all by themselves. Others are supported by using their families. They are living in a fast-paced global that would not shed a tear if they did not live to tell the tale. The winter within the show, they may be visible, fishing, foraging, and freezing. Sue Aikens lives by myself inside the Kavik River Camp, which is a few miles from the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The vicinity is up to now a way that the deal with must be provided in latitude and longitude. The location has an amazingly small populace of just one Sue Aiken. Has won recognition for her massive character and adventurous spirit in the series. She displayed terrific bravery, an exceptional feel of drive, and horrific survival abilities. She has confronted some of the worst climate conditions and fierce attacks from wild creatures at some point of her existence, but she hasn't allowed up one bit. Producers at National Geographic reportedly approached Sue Aikens in 2013 approximately, performing at the show, and she persevered to appear on Life Below Zero for the following decade, all struck by Sue Aikens' terrific lifestyles. Fans fell in love with her proper away her lifestyles inside the wild. Starting while she was only a woman, she moved to Alaska together with her mom after her mother and father divorce. Sooner or later, her mom moved away without telling her, and that became wherein it befell she become abandoned within the cold and neighborhood Alaska resident. Gave her a gun and instructed her she might not live to tell the tale unless she found out to hunt. She then persevered her existence within the wasteland, pleasing her lifelong dream of dwelling alone in line with Sue Aikens. The life she showcases on Life Below Zero warms her soul. She has been quoted as saying that she wishes excessive isolation to be satisfied injured in forced stunt. Sue Aikens made headlines in 2017 when she filed a lawsuit against the producers of Life Below Zero. She filed the lawsuit because she claimed that manufacturers forced her to carry out risky stunts to be able to get an excellent shot on their display. The bulk of Sue Aikens' complaints had been directed in opposition to a singular producer whom she claimed intimidated her and other group participants. In line with her, the manufacturer's reign of terror even stretched into the world of verbal abuse. One day on set, the producer allegedly ordered Sue Aikens to overload her snowmobile, as said in a civil lawsuit that changed into submitted to the USA District Court. The lawsuit claims that allows you to get a shot for the series she become, made to look forward to medical interest after sustaining critical injuries in a coincidence. She stated that regardless of her issues about being harmed, she felt forced to obey the producer's orders due to the stern terms of her British Broadcasting Company contract. Similarly, she believed that the display has portrayed her as a continuously inebriated and unstable person. She additionally said that she felt just like the show intended to color her as incompetent for extra perspectives following what clearly occurred. A jury located in prefer of Sue Aikens, and she was offered $28 million in damages for Sue Aikens and Different Truth TV stars who have suffered on the arms of foremost networks. This got here as a huge win and a chief breakthrough. It spread the message that networks may be held chargeable for their sports and that the manner they showcase their skills. Topics many enthusiasts got here to the defense of Sue Aikens. They said that most of the display's viewers had been there to watch her within the wild. Additionally, they made the factor that many viewers might have given up on the show lengthy in the past. In the absence of Sue Aikens, it's far handiest reasonable to argue that the person in charge of retaining your program should be dealt with a touch more reckon or recognize. In spite of the lawsuit, there has been no bad blood between National Geographic and Sue Aikens, and she maintains to appear on the show be attacked happily. Maxim of us will by no means enjoy any of the day-by-day struggles that the solid members of Life Below Zero go through. Every person could come to be tired of coping with temperatures which are constantly falling beneath 60 DG and the regular wild animals trying to turn us 5:45 into a brief meal maximum might surrender and pass back into their comfortable homes inside a week, but humans, like Sue Ons, persisted the pain to gain the isolation that incorporates it. Sue Aiken has personal XP and joy with those sorts of dangers. In 2007, she discovered herself in a warfare for her life towards an irritated undergo. Happily, she has understanding and schooling on her side, which ultimately stored her lifestyles. Even a full decade after the incident, she maintains to deal with the trauma inflicted through what went down. Sue Aiken had noticed a male grizzly bear close to her camp burying caribou carcasses. Given that she changed into the use of the open vicinity as a hell had she knew she might need to get rid of them, the undergod did no longer like that, and engaged in what she called an alpha push. Consistent with her "this is what happens whilst a weaker endure" seeks to claim its authority. Her next come across with the undergo happened even as she changed into seeking to fetch water. In that specific scenario, she needed to set down her weapon, which turned into, whilst the undergo attacked, she cited that the bear changed into hid on a river financial institution that she did not word 7-1, and all at once leapt out, attempting to pull her into the tundra. The undergo tossed her round or even bit her head. In the end, she controlled to shoot the undergo, inflicting it, to flee. No matter her hip joints being dislocated from being dragged into the river, she managed to make her men or lower back home, but she could not reach all of us via the conversation gadget. It took almost complete weeks earlier than she was discovered, but once located, she'd become added in. And punctiliously examined remarkably. She made a complete restoration, although she bears scars that function a testimony to what's in all likelihood the most interesting tale ever: marital lifestyles. The life that Sue Aikens lived, earlier than she appeared on Life Below Zero, isn't always absolutely public knowledge. Sue Aikens has stated that she does not want to constantly speak about her past. Nonetheless, she has shared a few matters with fanatics worldwide. For instance, we realize that Sue Aikens has been married inside the past. As it turns out, she has been married to 3 distinctive men. Her first marriage came about within the early 80s, however, it regrettably didn't ultimate. Summertime is brief and chilly. It's miles, tough to get any sleep due to the shortage of darkness in the course of the day. Arctic winds in Kavak can attain over 60 mph, which makes the simple act of taking walks a frightening task. At the same time, as Kavak has its truthful percentage of problems, there are some advantages. Those who return, RIR 1744, after YAR to pay to stay for a few months can attest to the benefits on the camp. Photographers and filmmakers can locate plenty of possibilities to seize pictures really worth bragging. Approximately no longer simply that. There may be also the camp's proxy, proximity to the refuge, which ensures an unforgettable enjoy. Kavak River Camp additionally provides quite a few offerings for people with an adventurous spirit trying to explore the excessive Arctic. All of us can. Ebook Alive at the camp, but due to the attention that Lifestyles Below Zero's added in there, isn't always availability. Sue Aiken in no way knew exactly how many human beings she averaged because the numbers fluctuated, but she did recognize that in the early days of the camp she could hold up to 83 people at a time. That quantity has changed over time when you consider that she opened the camp and has gone right down to 12 to 20, which she said ought to preserve her booked between June and September. Sue Aikens made her residing off of renting out the camp. However, she has said there's extra she wants to do with the camp. She has stated that 50. Her goal with Kavak River Camp come to be the primary all-green camp on the North Slope. That is a goal that she was very reasonable with, noting that it would take some time to accomplish. Misplaced granddaughter, a few would count on that. The toughest moments of Sue Aikens' lifestyles were the times in the Arctic in which she risked her life in freezing cold temperatures. As it turns out, Sue Aikens has been managing heartbreak and trauma for the reason that she appeared on the television display. Sue Aikens turned into, married 3 instances of her husbands, alas, exceeded away, and the 0.33 was observed having an affair with a younger female. Unluckily for Sue Aikens, as time went on, greater demanding events transpired in her existence. In 2012-3, A heartbreaking information report surfaced wherein Sue Aikens mentioned her recent losses inside the 21st season of Life Below Zero, as well as the significance of own family in her lifestyles. All through the display, she gave a moving homage to her overdue sister and grandchild. Drew McClurg, Sue and the family did no longer reveal the suitable purpose of Drew's demise. Fanatics of the program were supporting Aikens on many structures ever since it aired. Fans flooded her Twitter account to allow her realize that they have been there for her. They praised her for giving this type of stunning and heartfelt tribute. Additionally, they advised her how sorry they were for her loss. In addition to offering up all of their condolences and mine to her many lovers, reminded her to keep at what she turned into doing, and praised her for being so robust, each mentally and bodily. Not a lot turned into, known approximately her past due granddaughter, as both she and kin saved her personal existence below wraps. We do understand that on the time of her unfortunate passing, she became handiest 19 years vintage Suakin's existence, each on display, and Rancid has been both crazy and demanding. She's gained tens of millions of fanatics doing what she considers herbal after, keeping up together with her remoted life for goodbye enthusiasts are constantly going to surprise what comes of her strange life. Would you dare to live in such an isolated location all by yourself? Do you have got what it takes to take on such an interesting and perilous lifestyle? Let us realize in the feedback. Thanks for looking. Be part of us subsequent time for every other thrilling video.